Get in there, my son. How's it going, everybody? Hello. It's the Flying Pig here. I'm Flying Pig United with some more Manchester United transfer news for you guys. It's nice that we've actually got some positive transfer news to talk about for a change this summer. Get in there. How are we all doing anyway, guys? I'll give you all the latest information and stuff as we go along. Oops, let me turn that down. Let me just say hi to a few people in here at the start. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We've got Travis, Jonathan Gallagher, United Extra. We've got Marek Stachowski, Bell6091. MUFC fan, Aaron Homeyard, Kayam, Bell. Thank you guys for getting in here, everybody. Everybody, if you're watching this now or at a later stage, do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button at the start of the video. Give it a cheeky little like. Give it a share on social media if you can. That'd be fucking awesome. And get involved in the live chat in the comment section as we go along. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you think about any of the stuff we are talking about, my friends. Let's be having you. Where are you? So, guys, looks like United are doing some business. Obviously, we got Jadon Sancho wrapped up. The Jadon Sancho deal, £73 million. Southgate's just started playing him for England again. You know what I'm saying there? Southgate's just started playing him from England again. But no, a great signing, barring a calamity. He should be a Manchester United player very shortly. It looks like it's making some progress in regards to Raphael Varane as well. We'll get into the latest updates in regards to Raphael too. But let me just kick things off with the big story of the day, really. Or certainly the last few days, which is Manchester United pursuing Eduardo Camavinga. Come on, my son. I mean, look, this is a good young player. He's a player that United should absolutely be looking to add to our ranks. I've said that I think he's a good talent. The only concerns I have is his age. Obviously, him being only 18 years of age. Like, is he a player right now good enough to come in and be a regular in United's side in the Prem? Well, I guess we'll find out if we do sign him. But he does seem like a great talent, somebody that is being likened to the likes of Kante or, there's Pogba connections there. People making the comparison saying, oh, he could be, in terms of stature, the next Paul Pogba for France, that kind of deal. So you're talking about a great player that has a lot of potential here, guys. So would I be unhappy if we signed him? Absolutely not. I'd be buzzing because he's a great young talent. He's only getting better. I think maybe there are other talents out there that we could sign in the midfield position, such as, I don't know, your Ruben Neveses or your Declan Rices or these players that are in the Prem right now, proven in the Prem, that are a little bit more further along in their career, or a lot further along in their career, actually, in terms of development and progression, and just have a little bit more proven track record. So that's what I'm saying about the Camavinga deal. But look, guys, this guy is an incredible talent. It would be amazing to get him wrapped up and get another player in this window. We've already got Jadon Sancho. We're working on Raphael Varane. We'll give you all the information on that shortly. But Camavinga would be just another great addition in this window. I mean, if we can end the transfer window with Jadon Sancho, Camavinga, Raphael Varane, even just those three, it would be a pretty damn good window, to be fair. And there's still the possibility that we might look to add Trippier or maybe even another midfielder. It's possible. So in terms of movement and in terms of United trying to get business done relatively early, it does seem like we're trying to do that this summer. We are trying to plan and have a better pre-season and get things going at the start of the new campaign in just full flow rather than playing catch-up all the time. Haroli, hello there, great to see you, mate. Aniket Mohan, Aliza, Suisa as well, guys. Get your thoughts and opinions in throughout here. ZX Frame says he would be a starter for us, LOL. Class ball winning midfielder, and he's still young. Fair enough. Well, I mean, you can't really say that, mate, to be fair, because this kid's been playing for Rennes over in France. No disrespect to Rennes or the French league. It's a fucking farmers team in a farmers league. Just going to put that out there, my friend. Ouar! What's the French for? Ouar! I don't know, but I'm just saying it's a farmers team in a farmers league, sir. So, okay, yeah, we've seen him play for France a few times. Okay, yeah, we saw that goal he scored. Yeah, you can't base that on and say that he's going to start in Manchester United's team and boss it week in, week out. The guy's 18. We haven't seen how he's going to be doing against, men in a proper league. So let's just take a step back and forget about the hype and forget about the name and everything, and take a step back and just realise he's one for the future. He may well be able to do the business right now for us. The guy's 18. There's not too many 18-year-olds that can come in and stake a claim to a starting spot in Manchester United's team week in, week out. Unless your name's Wayne Rooney or Cristiano Ronaldo or any of these guys. I mean, look, it's possible. It's possible if you are good enough, you're old enough. That is true. But Camavinga, I mean, look, He's a great one for the future. It doesn't even matter if he's good enough right now because he can be good enough in the future. And you know what? He is good enough right now to do a role in Manchester United's team. The point I'm making is, as a week-to-week experienced player, that's sort of what we need. And this isn't sort of that. So, but it would be a great signing. Don't get me wrong, it'd be a great signing. This kid's got a huge future ahead of him. He's already great. He's already played in the France. I mean, he is a wonder kid. So maybe he is in that vein of a Rooney or whatever, just a different, position. But yeah, maybe he is that sort of hype player that could come in and just be a star at that sort of teenage age. It's unlikely, but it could happen, guys. It could happen. So fair enough. Ruthless Sausage, he says, let Pogba go. He is a walking circus. Wow. Well, the thing is with Pogba is everything that surrounds Pogba, isn't it? It's the agent, it's the hullabaloo, all the noise, all the it's just everything. Like the constant links to other teams and some of the stuff that's been said in the media and putting the old black and white stripe in his hair during the World Cup for the Juventus colours and then bringing it up with the journalist afterwards and then his agent coming out in March and saying that PSG would be an interesting destination and all this stuff. I mean, it's just a shit show with Paul Pogba constantly. There's always something going on in terms of off the field, wages, agents, these sorts of things, contract negotiations. It is a frustrating time, and we all know my thoughts on Paul Pogba at United. I'm happy to keep him at United, even though he's pretty inconsistent, but I'm not happy for United to go out there and spend a huge amount of money to keep him. Like, he's been reported he wants over 400k a week for Paul Pogba. He's not worth 400k a week, guys. How much would you pay Paul Pogba? He's worth 250k a week, guys. Based on consistency and how he plays and his role in the team and his input into the team, he's a 250k a week player. He's not a 450k a week player. So him and Riola are going to have to smoke whatever they're smoking all the way to PSG, if that's the case, in my opinion. I don't think he's worth paying that sort of money to. I think you could better spend that money elsewhere in the team. You could get 2 quality players on that sort of money a week. So to me, it doesn't make sense. Plus, his attitude is in question, and his commitment's in question, and his ability week to week is in question. Nobody's really questioning his qualities as a player or on his day, or even for France, or even when he's bloody arsed and can be up for it. What we're questioning is all the other times when he's just fanning around and looks like his head's gone out there and he can't be asked, which is about 30 or 40% of the time, guys. This season's been much better from him. I will give him that. But over his career, I'm talking about, he's just not been a convincing enough performer for us. See you later on, Paul. Honestly, that's how I feel about it. But you know what? Like I've said as well, I would keep him at United because I think he's still a quality player, and we would be a weaker team not having Paul Pogba in the team. The only way I'd like to see Paul Pogba gone is if we signed another quality midfielder in that position. So, if we did sign Camavinga, that's not enough, guys. That's not convincing enough for me that he can come in and replace a big name in the side like Paul Pogba. Or, what I would like to see is Camavinga come in, yes, but I'd also like United to sign another top quality midfielder, which doesn't seem to be the case. Just a little bit of information here in regards to Camavinga and Paul Pogba. So it's understood that a potential deal for Camavinga does not mean that Paul Pogba leaves MUFC. So this is from Fabrizio Romano last night on his Twitch show. Just said that a potential deal for Camavinga does not mean that Paul Pogba leaves MUFC. I mean, in my opinion, Camavinga should be coming in to be that, that's proper CDM anyway. Paul Pogba, I think, we've realised he doesn't work as that anyway, so he'll be played more advanced. He'll be played, in the midfield 2 or, on the side in a diamond or something. He's not that great defensively, whereas Camavinga can be that player for us. So, of course, this doesn't mean that Paul Pogba's leaving. Camavinga might be touted as the next Paul Pogba, but it doesn't mean that he's leaving. So Fabrizio Romano coming out, just giving us an update there that a deal for Camavinga does not mean that Paul Pogba leaves at all. Right, let's get into the news then, my dudes. So here we go. Manchester United players return for pre-season training, by the way. So just reported 14 United players have been involved in international tournaments this summer. Manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has had to promote a raft of youngsters to first team training. Tom Heaton took part in the first summer session. Academy striker Joe Hugo, 17, had been pitched with the first team for the first time. Great stuff. So here we go. United to make Eduardo Camavinga offer in the coming days, guys. This is the news. United to make Eduardo Camavinga offer in the coming days. So speculation from France regarding Camavinga is that United will make an offer to sign him very shortly in the next coming days if we haven't already. It's suggested that an opening bid will be rejected, as these things are, because United will probably go in quite low. But negotiations will take place, and ultimately we are leading the chase to sign this guy. PSG are also said to be quite interested in him, so that is a factor. There are other teams that are interested in this guy. Real Madrid also. It's not guaranteed that Manchester United could sign him, but right now it does seem that we are leading the chase. So here's a bit of an update here. United are in constant discussions with Camavinga's entourage and should make a first offer of around 30 million to Rennes in the coming days. As it stands, it seems unlikely that Manchester United's proposal will be accepted by Stade Rennes. And that's from La Parisienne, guys. Romano gave us an update 1 hour ago, which just said Manchester United will try to sign Eduardo Camavinga this summer, as they know they'd face a lot of competition next year, when Camavinga could leave Rennes as a free agent. So Camavinga in a year's time could leave on a free anyway. Rennes are in the situation where they've pretty much got to start listening to offers for the guy if they want to get anything for him. Look, Stade Rennes, they're not a big club. They're not going to be able to keep hold of Camavinga. Even if they offered him a big contract, he's not going to want to stay there, I don't think, in my opinion. Unless he absolutely loves the club, because he's got a big future. And this sort of runs into what I'm saying about him being more of a signing for the future. Yes, he will be a good signing for us now. I think that's true. But I think for the future, he's going to be a great signing for us. I think in a couple of years' time is where really what the thinking is with Eduardo Camavinga here. You know, they face a lot of competition next year to sign him because he's on a free. So let's get him in here early now, get him in the club, developing at the club. But he might not have a huge role in the team. That's what I'm thinking. He's not going to have a huge role in the team. But you do need to have that balance, guys. You need to have the more experienced players who are playing more regularly. Some of the youngsters coming through who are learning and applying their training, getting appearances here and there. That's how it is. So he says Camavinga would be open to joining Manchester United. PSG are interested too. Man United are now pushing. So United pushing to sign Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes would be a very, very good signing for not a lot of money, because as we said, for a start, he's a young lad. They can't really keep hold of him, and you know, his contract's running down. So it's just a matter of time really before he leaves Rennes. Also, last night Romano said that United are progressing in direct contacts with Eduardo Camavinga. He said Rennes would be open to negotiate on a potential €30 million fee, as they lose Camavinga for free next summer. He's one of Man United's long-term targets. PSG have always been interested too. So it looks like United would be prepared to spend the money on this guy. I mean, it seems like an absolute bargain, doesn't it? That amount of money to spend on an up-and-coming star is nothing really. 20 million euros, 20 million pounds, 20 odd million pounds. It's nothing in this modern day of football. So get in there, my son. What sort of valuation would you put on him, guys? Let me know in the live chat. Give me your millions to the nearest pound. Let's say, you know, he's 18 years of age, so he's got a huge, great future ahead of him. He's coming in with a huge amount of hype. He's already in the France setup. This kid's obviously special. But he does only have a year left on his contract, so, you know, they can't ask for too much for him. Simple as that. So I think United could probably get this done for 20 million quid. Yeah, 20 million pounds, which is, you know, close to 30 million euros. This is what it's understood that Reds want, is 30 million euros. So if they could get 30 million euros for him, then, you know, that's not a lot of money anyway, but I think we'll probably get slightly less. Let's see what you guys think. G-Wolf United says he is 25 to 27 million. 25 million says Shaka Mekaleka. 15 to 20 million says Sleepster 999. How are you doing there, Sleepster? Danny Atkins says 28 million pounds. Oh, okay, very precise. 30 million pounds says Ain Evans. Nice, okay, 50 million. He is the future Kante, says Gabriel Nelson. Okay, I agree with you. I think he is. But he's not there yet. And also his development is, you know, you'd expect him to take a little while before he's really ready to go in there and do it week in, week out in the Prem. So it's one a little bit for the future as well. He doesn't have long on his contract as well, so they're never going to get any sort of money like that for him. It's because of the contract, but yeah, maybe you would be looking at that sort of money if their contract had a few years on it. I think you're probably right. Bell says 30 million. He has 1 year left from League One. Varane at 50 million for the same reason. Exactly. And Varane's 28, one of the best centre-backs in the world. And he is going for, 50 million euros. So yeah, it's not going to be anywhere near that. Isma, hello. Isma, he says, sorry guys, hope you understand my English. I basically speak French and Arabic. Very good English, my friend. No worries, Isma. Get in there. Thank you for joining us. Hey, everybody, do us a favor. Smash the thumbs up on the video if you have not done so. Let's get this puppy to 100 likes. Get involved in the live chat. Give me your thoughts and opinions on anything we're discussing here. Simon Cowie says 40 million. Aniket Mohan says, I think Camavinga might struggle initially and could be developed for next season. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. Well, this is the thing. I mean, he is easily developed. He can play in a multitude of positions in the midfield, essentially. You know, you could have him be that more style Paul Pogba box to box player. We've seen him and how he's done for France and getting forward and scoring a goal, like impressive goals and things like that. Look, this is all I'm basing on really. I haven't seen a lot of his career, but he doesn't look like he's scared to get forward anyway, box to box midfielder, or he could be more of a future style, you know, Makelele or a Kante type, a deeper, more defensive midfielder. The guy is clearly athletic. The guy's clearly a physical player, even though he's only 18, and he's only going to get more powerful and better in those regards. So you're talking about somebody in a few years' time who could be a monster physically, who could just boss that CDM role for us, or he's so young and he's still got so much development to do. I mean, we just don't really know what, you know, he could be used as a direct replacement maybe in the future for Paul Pogba then. But it's quite interesting, isn't it? Because he's such a young player, he's got such a big future, and he could play in a multitude of positions in that midfield going forward. So get in there. Sultan Mahmood says, I just feel under Ollie, he's actually going to be wasted. How is that possible, Sultan Mahmood? Ollie's done absolute bits with the youngsters, dudes. Young players coming in have done pretty well. You know, you look at some of the players like Aaron Wan-Bissaka coming in at 20 years of age and how he's developed under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, or players like Mason Greenwood, how he's come along under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He gave him his chance and he's developed him. Towards the end of last season, Mason was brilliant. You could see the development taking place. So I kind of think that's a harsh comment, because I think Solskjaer has developed youngsters well at the club and just developed players in general well at the club. Look at Luke Shaw. So in my opinion, yeah, that's a little bit harsh. Simon Cowie says he is 18, so we can bring him and bleed him in over the next 3 seasons. That's how I think he's going to be used as well. You know, there's some people saying, oh, get him in here right now. He's world class to do the job week in, week out for us. But I don't see that happening. I think he's going to be more likely used sporadically and brought in there to, you know, to do a role and essentially take over from, you know, obviously Matic isn't going to be here forever. But yes, I mean, it's unlikely that he's going to come in and just make that position his own and keep out Fred and McTominay week in, week out. I hope that happens, because age is just a number, and if he's good enough, you know, he can play, but it's unlikely that he will be ready to be able to do that week in, week out. Red Hicko says, I've been to the Man United training ground. Get in there, my son. Nice. Asad Khalid says, the main problem is Fred doing good with Brazil, and our coach will bench Camavinga like Van der Beek. Not necessarily. I mean, okay, it's a fair point. We didn't see a lot of Donny this season, but when we did see a bunch from him, he just wasn't all that impressive. He was okay, but did he really stake a massive claim to being Ollie's team? I don't think he really did. So, you know, I do think Solskjaer should have played him more, though. But you know what? Though? Fred is good for Brazil. Pogba is good for France. There are some players who are just not really that good for United who are better for their national teams. Now, I don't know why the reason that is. I'm not going to say it's Solskjaer's management, though, like a lot of people. You know why? Because I look at other players who are really good at United and who are really good for their national teams too, and they do it. So I don't think you can say it's a blanket decision overall, you know, who's doing it better for who. Anyway, let's talk about the rest of the news here then, my friends. So Manchester United have already committed 85 million, obviously, to the Jadon Sancho deal, 85 million euros. And we could get Camavinga in. We're also interested in Raphael Varane. ESPN reporting that all 3 of these players could be, you know, realistic for United to sign this summer. And of course they are. The Raphael Varane deal, just to give you an update on that one, guys. Lots of reports coming out that Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Real Madrid star Raphael Varane ahead of a proposed move to Old Trafford. According to lots of reports, guys, lots of reports are saying that Manchester United and Raphael Varane have agreed personal terms. So they obviously lost Sergio Ramos. Now, we do have some more information here to say that because of that, Raphael Varane, this is a report that came out this morning that Raphael Varane expects a gesture from Ancelotti that would open the door to him staying at Real Madrid. It's only possible if Madrid offer him a significantly improved contract. Negotiations with Manchester United have taken place over a deal worth 45 million euros. So this is the latest reports that Manchester United are in negotiations with Real Madrid, and that we have supposedly put in a bid in the region of 45 million euros at this moment in time, or negotiations have reach that point. And so yes, I mean in terms of Raphael Varane, guys, it's looking good that we are in the driving seat to be signing him if he leaves Real Madrid. But let's not forget that there's still a possibility that he just stay at Los Blancos and stay with Real Madrid and not leave at all and just ends up signing a big new improved contract. And this was all just a massive ruse and just a massive, show of just you know what I mean? Just gashness from the player and agent to try and get a big deal in for this guy. So yeah, I mean, I think that's happened a lot of times at United, players holding Manchester United to ransom. Well, not holding United to ransom, but using our name to be able to get a bigger, better deal at their current club on a new contract. So that could happen. But we definitely are very interested in signing this guy. We definitely are negotiating with Real Madrid. Supposedly, we have agreed personal terms with the player. So the player's happy with this sort of offer. It's somewhere in the region of £200,000 to £230,000 a week, apparently, which is a huge amount of money, but it's more than what Real Madrid are prepared to offer. Real Madrid have come back with a few different offers over this summer period and negotiated with Raphael Varane. And they haven't been able to reach an agreement, and it's expected that they'd have to come in with a significantly improved offer. And Ancelotti would basically have to show a serious amount of intent to keep Raphael Varane around at the club right now, dudes, which he might do. Because if I was him, that's what I'd do. Try and get, it's like signing in a new world-class centre-back if Ancelotti can keep Varane there. So, look, anybody telling you that this deal is really, really close or really, really done, it's not. It's not. This has got weeks left in it, guys. And you know what? It might even never materialise because, as I say, United could just be being used here to sign a new contract at Real. And even at this moment in time, things can change. Even at this moment in time, if Manchester United are in the driving seat and Raphael Varane's head's gone and he wants to leave Real Madrid and he's got his eyes set on United, things can change even with that situation. New manager comes in, sits down, hey, can we have a meeting with Raphael and his representatives? Ancelotti, listen, I want to make you my main centre-back. We want to give you a new bumper deal, $230 a week. You're the man. You're the captain. You're the daddy. I'm going to get a tattoo of you on my left arm. I'm going to get an effigy of you floated over the stadium in a big blimp every single game. And we're going to sing a song, Raphael Varane song, every halftime for 10 minutes. And basically you can, my daughters are when if they're not old enough, when they are old enough, they're yours, Raphael. And he says, just had to just double check there. I don't know how Ancelotti's children are. Anyway, Varane there, you know what I'm saying? Varane, and he might stay. He might be like, yes, I would like to stay, Ancelotti. You have given me a big bumper improved deal. I love this club. I've been here for years. We won everything. Let's go for it. So even though United might be in the driving seat, even though we have agreed personal terms with this guy, supposedly by the reports being bandied around, I think that is a bit of a, it's not guaranteed, guys. That's a factor, the fact that Real Madrid could still be in negotiations with this guy. They just lost Sergio Ramos. That's why I think that could happen. Yes, they did bring in David Alaba. They've got a new coach, though. A new coach who wants a new player in that position. If Varane goes, they're going to have to, they're probably going to have to sign somebody else there anyway. I mean, okay, they do have, they've got Militao. They've also got Alaba, so they're okay, but they could do with some more reinforcements in that position probably if he does go. So they're only going to have to sign somebody else or bring somebody else through. Here's another report coming through. Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Varane and also agency fees. United is confident they will reach an agreement with Real Madrid. Talks ongoing right now. So I think Real Madrid, though, if that doesn't happen from Ancelotti, we'll look to cash in, obviously, this summer. If Raphael Varane has his heart set on leaving and Real Madrid offer him a new offer, which is still not good enough for Raphael Varane, and it's still not to the level that Manchester United's offer is, and he does want to leave, then they will look to sell him as soon as possible, really, because they can get as big an amount of money for him as they can. His contract's running down. In January, he'd be able to discuss a deal with a new team and sign a pre-contract with another team to join them in the summer. They can't allow that to happen, so they're going to have to sell him, guys. So yeah, it's going to be in the next few weeks, I think, next couple of weeks, we're going to hear about Raphael Varane's future being wrapped up, whether or not it's joining Manchester United or him signing a new contract at Real Madrid, which is also possible, guys. Get in there. Okay, I'm going to just put a little vote in the live chat and see what you guys think about that. Hey, we've got 100 of you legends in here, guys. Thank you for joining us. How are we all doing today? Thanks for joining us for the United news. We just got into it. We're going to get into a whole bunch more stuff, so do get your thoughts and opinions in. 64 likes on the stream as well. Thank you very much. Smash the thumbs up if you have not done so already. James Winnan says, rest of our transfer window, ings and mings in reality. United have to give Pogba contracts as L-Boy Fatty. Yeah, I don't think they have to, L-Boy. Okay. Let me just ask you this. Okay, I'm just going to ask you something in the live chat, guys. It's just basically I want to know, what do you think is the most likely destination, or what's the most likely thing that happens this summer with regards to Raphael Varane? I'm going to ask you guys a little poll question, so do get your votes in. Let me know what you think. Me personally, Varane's future. I mean, I do think I'm leaning towards that he signs for Manchester United. I'm leaning towards that because it seems like that's the story, the narrative that's being painted right now is that he doesn't want to stay at Real Madrid. He wants a challenge in the Premier League. He wants more money, which Manchester United are prepared to offer him. Real Madrid are not prepared to offer him that money right now. So there's a good few reasons why he should probably join Manchester United this summer. United have already supposedly agreed personal terms with the guy. We're currently negotiating with Real Madrid. He's only got a year left on his contract. They're aware they'll have to cash in if not. Everything's pointing towards him joining Manchester United, but we've been in this situation before, guys, where it's not happened for whatever reason. The negotiations don't materialize, or the two teams can't reach an agreement in time before the window, or he just ends up staying and signing a new contract at Real Madrid. So I'm not holding my breath until this one is done. Griffo Chaz, he says, make a prediction. Who will we end up with this summer? Okay, Griffo Chaz. So my prediction overall, I think I see another 4 players. I see 4 players basically. Forget Tom Heaton. Actually, I see 4 players. Sancho. Varane. I'm going to say Varane. They call me Mystic Pig because I predict these things. I'm going to say Varane. I'm going to say Camavinga. And I'm going to say Trippier. That's 4 more players, guys. Now, that's a lot of players. I don't know if that's really that realistic, but I'm going to actually say that. I think that's the window that we have. Go on, then. We've already pretty much got the Jadon Sancho deal wrapped up, pending a medical and finalizations of the contract. So that's done almost. We've also negotiating with Real Madrid for Raphael Varane. Personal terms agreed. That sounds good. Could also end up in tears, but that sounds good. Camavinga, we're leading the chase for Camavinga right now. 30 million euro price tag from Stade Rennes. Only a year left on his contract too. Could potentially get him for even less than that. Looking good. That one's looking good. He's understood to really be keen on Manchester United and want to join Manchester United. That's looking good. Kieran Trippier. United had a little bit of dialogue, obviously, with Madrid at Atletico Madrid, I should say, at the start of the window before the Euros and stuff, and it's definitely an interest from Manchester United there. Although they have no real reason to sell him, he did play a significant amount for them last season. He's aging though, and he doesn't have long left on a contract himself, and he's not a lot of money. He can add us something, different on that right back position, something different going forward, set pieces, vision, that sort of stuff. Something that Wan-Bissaka's not the best at, but the two of them combined should be brilliant. So if you think about that, we know that he's interested. Trippier, he was looking at properties in Manchester. Apparently, this was what was being reported a few weeks ago. So I could see all those deals happening. I actually could, especially if 1 or 2 maybe go out the other direction. We've not heard much about Tony Martial's future. That's a possibility. We understand some sources say that, look, if United received a good enough offer for Tony, he is for sale. If we receive a good enough offer. There's other reports to say that, there's no consideration for that happening whatsoever. It's going to depend on the player. It's going to depend on what happens in pre-season, the plans for him in the team, discussions with the manager. So there still might be a bit of business to be done for players out, which might bring around a bit of business for players coming in, guys. And on the face of it, we add things up and we top things up in our head there, and we go, you know what? That's probably not going to happen, because just add it all up. Sancho, 73 million. Raphael Varane, I mean, it's being talked about. Let's just say he's 40 million. I think it'll be more than that. Pounds, this is, not euros. I think 50 million pounds. So let's just say, we've added that. That's 123 million. Then we've got Camavinga. Let's just call him 23 million. No, 22 million, just to make it nice and easy. So that's 145 million. And then Trippier on top, 25 million, 20 million. So actually, when you actually do the maths there, It's not that ridiculous. It's about 150, 160, 70 million, 160, 70 million. That should be the spend of Manchester United this summer anyway. If we had serious owners and ambitious owners and the recruitment team capable of doing what we should be doing, that's what we would be spending this window anyway. United should be challenging for the title and the Champions League. We shouldn't be in Europa Leagues and all that shite. I think a lot of the reason for it is the lack of squad depth. I think Solskjaer did generally a decent job. Okay, he shattered the Europa League final, and the Premier League campaign was decent. Better than decent, really. We finished second only to a really, really strong City side. But we still finished a long way behind them, guys, and we still are lacking in key areas. So a big club with big ambition who wants to win that is going to invest in this summer, dudes. They're going to invest, even though they bloody won the league. They'll be after Grealish and Kane and all these guys. And we don't want to get left behind. So what are United going to have to do? Invest. So in my opinion, it is kind of realistic that we get all of those players this window. None of them are that crazy and out there either, apart from, the Jadon Sancho deal is the most expensive one, which is already done. So it's feasible to spend another 50 on Varane, another 20 or 25 on Trippier, and another 20 or 25 on Camavinga. That is super serious, I think. That could happen. Abdullah Erman says 200 million spend for me, so good Glazers give 150, so stupid. Yeah. So this is it, though. This is it. What they are trying to do, I think, is they've come out recently and said that, okay, they got it totally wrong with that European Super League mess, and they completely let down the fan base, and they weren't connected with the fan base. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. All that crap, which we know is just words because they've been found out and denied, and obviously, not allowed to persevere with what they wanted to do. But also, this is the time for them to just say to the fan base, look, guys, we are a bunch of shithouses. We do own this football club. We did buy it with debt. We do siphon money out of it. We do whore it around. And we are a bunch of absolute scumbag owners. But you know what? On the pitch, at least, right now, at least, what we're going to do is show you guys that we're serious. Show you guys that we mean that we are trying to win the league. And we're not just, accepting top four so we can keep the bloody sponsorship money flowing through. And if they did that and signed the players that we've just discussed, that would be a good step in the right direction. It doesn't change anything about the Glazers. Hashtag Glazers out. LUHG, green and yellow, get it in there. Green and gold. But you know what? It appeases us for a while. Of course, guys. Of course, if United were seriously ambitious to win, but let's just say we had a really crazy window. Let's just say we got Varane in. Let's just say we signed Pau Torres too. We got Camavinga, we got Sancho, we got Trippier. Hell, maybe even we went and signed Ruben Neves. Let's say we got Cristiano Ronaldo back, right? Then I think most United fans would be like, okay, fair enough. Well, owners are owners. You can't love them all. You're always going to have an owner who, has other interests, whether it's even a Roman Abramovich or a Sheikh Mansour. These guys, they're not perfect. The oil tycoons essentially own a club. That brings with it some negatives also. It's not all positives just because they've got loads of money. It's not all positives, guys, in my opinion. If in that situation with that type of owner, it's definitely not as good as a true fan who is a wealthy fan who truly owns the club and loves the club. It's definitely not as good as that type of owner. That's the dream owner. But it's still better than this shit show we've got in Manchester United, in my opinion, because we just don't invest. But if they did do that and did show that they were prepared to compete with the rest of the big teams in the league, then I think most United fans we wouldn't get on board with the Glazers, but we maybe just accept more willingly that they are the owners of this great football club. And if they improve other areas of the team, the infrastructure, the stadia, just everything, and try and make this club what it should be, which is the leading great of English football, which is what it should be in every department, then I don't think the fans would have much of a problem with their ownership long term. But they'd have to keep it up. They can't just have one window of buying players and then every other window it's just about consolidating their debts and paying sucking money out of the club. It can't be about that. Thank you, Eddie O2. I don't think there's that many people in there, is there? I don't know, but over 100 of you legends in. Thank you very much. Nearly at 100 likes. Cheers, everyone who hit the like button. Get your thoughts in. Exactly. Case later 23, he says, heard Ancelotti wants Varane. Absolutely. So we spoke about that a little bit earlier. That Rafael Varane, it's understood that a gesture from Ancelotti that will open the door to him staying at Real Madrid. Only possible if Madrid offer him an improved contract. But if I was Carlo Ancelotti, I'd do everything in my power to keep the guy. I've said this many, many a time. He's not stupid, Ancelotti. He's a great manager. He knows that if if he lets Rafael Varane go, he's got a weaker defence. He has a weaker team. He's not an idiot. He's not an idiot. He knows what a great player Varane's been for Real Madrid. So in my opinion, he's not going to want to lose him. He's going to sit down with him. He's going to say, look, Rafael, I am going to spend a little bit more of this kitty that we've got on your plan and keep you. What do you want? There you go, son. Come on, come on. Give me a little head rub. Oh, shit, that's not... mess my hair up. Give him a little head rub and say, look, come on, Rafael. Let's get the old band back together. But anyway, that is very, very true. In my opinion, Rafael Varane could still stay at Real Madrid, guys. Let's have a look at the live vote, actually. I've got a vote in the poll in the live chat, guys. Please do us a favour. Have a vote in the poll. So we've had 99 votes at the moment. Thank you very, very much. And it was just simply in regards to Varane's future. Varane's future, does he sign for United or does he stay at Real Madrid? And so far the vote is 72% think that he signs for Manchester United. Get in there, my son. I love the positivity there, dudes. I'm not so sure about that one. I'm not so sure. I'm still more like 55% that he signs for Manchester United, 45% that he stays at Madrid. Because, like I say, Ancelotti's a great coach. He wants him. He always understood to want him. He could go in there with an improved offer and try and keep the man. These things all could happen. And right now, as of right now, he is still a Real Madrid centre-back. Simon Cowie, Pogba won't be leaving this summer. We are sitting down looking at renewing his contract. Looks like it. I mean, unless the negotiations just cannot be agreed, then he may well leave at some point in the future, maybe even next summer. Reports came out a few days ago to say that United would be prepared to risk it to lose him next summer on a free. They can't hold us to ransom, guys. Paul Pogba and his grubby little twat of an agent, Mino Raiola, can't bend us over a barrel and say, yeah, we want whatever we want. Pay us now or we go, bitch. 500k a week, otherwise we're not playing anymore. Do one, otherwise we're going to leave for a transfer next summer to Juventus, sunshine, get a payday. How's that sound? Give us 500k a week or we're off. They can't do that, guys. They can't ransom Manchester United for that amount of money. That's what's being reported. There's no way Paul Pogba should get any more money than what he's on now. I'm not adverse to the fact that he signs a new contract, but 350k a week is supposedly what he's on. He shouldn't be getting a damn penny more than that based on contribution to the team alone. The team needs to promote its youth system, says Yayo Finazel. I mean, yes, we do. Absolutely, we do. But the thing is, there's so many clubs out there now with such great quality, experienced teams. United, we need to catch up a little bit here. We do also want to be that club that always produces great talents. And we have done over the last couple of seasons alone as well. Look at Greenwood coming through, Rashi coming through. These guys are all great homegrown talents from United's academy. But the concern for me is that we put too much faith in the future. This is why I was saying about Camavinga. Like, I like the deal. I think it's a great signing, one for the future as well. But is he really, really ready to come in and do it week in, week out for United in the league? I would like to see us go and sign players that are capable of doing that right now. So that's my concern, is that we maybe just slightly get left behind by looking for younger players or blooding youngsters. We also need to sign ready-made experienced players like Rafael Varane. He's a key player here. You know, you might have a great young player coming through the academy that's a stunning centre-back, but in my opinion, not ready. What we need is somebody who is ready, who has been at the top level there, winning things for top teams, such as Rafael Varane, a world-class player who would, you know, be on the list for most teams. Oh, thank you, Rushmano. Nice one, my friend. How you doing there, Rushmano, today, sir? He's giving me a cheeky little Dalot update. Let's have a look at this. So we have an update on Diogo Dalot, guys. Club have chosen and want Manchester United player this summer. Ideal for their needs. Let's have a look at this then. In a little interesting story about Diogo Dalot. So obviously he spent his summer on a loan his season on loan at AC Milan. But there are reports here to suggest that Milan last night you pressed Stefano Pioli, so the club have been trying to bring him back, this time on a loan with a view to buy, compared to the simple dry temporary spell with no option to make the move permanent they had last season. Okay, brilliant. So yeah, there is some more negotiations for Diogo Dalot there. They would like to take him. I mean, unless we're going to go and sign Kieran Trippier, I would keep him at the club, to be honest, this season. He does seem good. He did look good, for Milan. He had a very good time in Italy. You know, I didn't watch much of Milan, but I'm just saying he had a good spell on loan there, and obviously enough to impress them to want to bring him back. He's so young, guys. He's only 20. He's got such a good future. He does give us something different to Wan-Bissaka. Dalot's actually really good going forward. I don't think he's as good a defender, maybe, but he's good going forward, and that gives us something different. So, in my opinion, unless we're going to sign Trippier, I wouldn't even loan Dalot out. I'd actually probably keep Dalot around, unless we're going to sign Trippier, in which case I would move him on for a season and loan him out, guys. But yes, that's quite an interesting little update there. Thank you very much for that, Matty Rushmono. Let me get back into the news and just give you some little tidbits and latest updates in regards to Camavinga, guys. Then we are going to get into the live chat and discuss everything. So do get involved as we go along. Thanks everyone who's in here. Loads of you legends in here. Eddie A says, I'm worried about Rashford next year. He's looking really tired or in pain. And with Marcio having a season like he did the last one, our attack doesn't look so good. I think our attack looks better than ever, baby. You know why? Rashford coming through there, still only 23, getting better. I hear you. He did have some sort of injury issues recently, and he just looked off the pace towards the end of the season. I agree. Maybe a good break this summer. He's not playing much for England. Maybe a good break this summer might help him, and he could come back and be the absolute stunner next season. How about Cavani up top there? Still going to be great for a season or so. Mason Greenwood deputising for that guy going forward too. We're just signing Jadon Sancho as well, who, let's face it, is going to be absolutely brilliant over on that right-hand side for us. In my opinion, he's going to be sick. So already, I think our forward line's looking decent. It's the other areas of the team that is gash. Lookout, thank you, Lookout. How are you doing? He sent a £1 super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Super chat, super Lookout. Thank you very much. Cheers, dude. Right, okay, guys. So, latest little bits of news. Manchester United in contact with Real Madrid and Varane. They share a good relationship with his agent. Negotiating with Real Madrid is never easy. Manchester United are waiting to see the final price. It takes time. It is not imminent. So this is from Fabrizio Romano. He's given us an update there. We are in contact. It's not easy negotiating with Real Madrid. These things take time. Of course, we don't want to go in too low here. We don't want to go in too high either. There's going to be a negotiation period. At the start of the window, they wanted something ridiculous like 80 million euros for the guy. He's not worth 80 million euros at this moment in time with his contract running out. He might be with a 4-year contract, but not right now. So that's ridiculous. United understood to have got in there the 40 million euro offer, and now they're trying to meet somewhere in the middle. But if Real Madrid think that they can realistically ask for anything more than 50 million pounds or 60 million euros, then they've been smoking that good stuff, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for anybody involved to do that, really. Well, I don't know, actually. It's only, to get your man, maybe it would if Real Madrid are really that reluctant. But I mean, it doesn't make sense from Real Madrid to do it, because if they risk the chance of losing him for nothing in a year's time by doing that. If he doesn't want to sign a new deal with Real Madrid, if he does want to leave and join Manchester United, but they don't allow him because we can't agree a transfer fee, like Sancho last season, then in January, he can just agree a pre-contract with us and then come and be our player next season for free. And the player and the agent and those guys probably make more money. So for Real Madrid, it really is in their best interest to get the deal done. So I actually don't think this is going to be a big amount of money, guys. This is my opinion. 50 million pounds. That is my opinion, guys, of how much it takes and the agreement between the two teams. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say 45 million pounds, not 50 million pounds. 45 million pounds. 45 million pounds. So what's that? About 55 million euros. That's what I'm going for. 45 million pounds, dudes. That's what it takes. That's what I say it takes right now to get it done. Yes. So, Camavinga open to a Premier League move this summer amid interest from Manchester United. However, United believed they would have to battle with PSG and Real Madrid for Camavinga. Rob Dawson of ESPN reporting this. So, other teams interested in Camavinga, guys, PSG, Real Madrid, United. United definitely leading the chase right now. And he would be available on a free next summer, so now's the time to sign him up. Just a bit of information here. Eduardo Camavinga was removed from France's updated Olympic squad following the refusal of several clubs to release their player initially selected. Pau Torres has been called up by Spain, and Ahmad and Eric Bayer in the Ivory Coast squad. So quite interesting, really. So the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, or whatever you want to say. So Camavinga's been removed from France's updated Olympic squad. Interesting. It doesn't really necessarily mean anything. It's just a refusal of several clubs to release their player initially selected. Well, why are Stade Rennes refusing? Why are they refusing to release their player? I mean, you know what I'm saying, guys. Anyway, okay, next bit of information we got. is Camavinga would be open to join United. The meeting last week went well, so United were reported to have had a meeting with the representatives last week. United are pushing for this transfer. Rennes are hoping for a bidding war, so they are just holding out a little bit. They want other teams to come in, the likes of Barca, PSG, Real Madrid, all these guys to come in and push the price up and have a bidding war this summer and see who can pay the most amount of money. Obviously, that's what they want. His contract's running out, so they could lose him next year for free. Now's the time that they can sell him. But of course, they're going to want to sell him to the club that is offering them the most money, guys. The 30 million euro figure in the latest reports is essentially United's first offer. So this is Konstantin Eckner's reported this. So you can take it with a pinch of salt. You know, he's a reasonably reputable journalist. So shout out Konstantin Eckner. But some people not so convinced. But either way, he said, you know, and he said that a 30 million euro offer is United's first offer, essentially. So, I mean, I think that would be quite a high first offer. I'm not going to lie. So I think maybe that's not accurate because it does seem like a lot of money to offer for a player who's only got a year left on his contract, who's 18, from a club like Stade Rennes. You know, you're not dealing with Barca or one of the giants here. So I would have thought United would have tried to go in ridiculously low ball, knowing Mr. Eddie Woodward and co. So, yeah, don't really think that that's necessarily accurate. I think definitely that would be a lower figure than that. But, you know, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. Like we said, there is a bidding war taking place. If United are to convince Stade Rennes that, hey, sell him to us now before we have a bidding war, then they might have to put in a good offer. So, yes, guys, that's looking good in regards to Eduardo Camavinga. Stade Rennes, another report here. Stade Rennes are prepared to listen to offers of £30 million for Eduardo Camavinga. Both United and PSG are pushing to get a deal done at that price. But Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund and Atletico Madrid are all ready to make offers for him, guys. And you know about teams like Borussia Dortmund, how they get these youngsters and they develop them. You know, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid. We're going to have to, if there is a bidding war for this guy, then we need to be ready to go in and get a cheeky little good bidding for him. But even better, what I like about this situation is it seems like at this moment in time, United are leading the pack for the hunt for Camavinga's signature. We are the ones negotiating with Stade Rennes. Nobody else is negotiating with Stade Rennes right now. There's understood that Rennes want other clubs to come in for him and push the price up, but nobody else is actually negotiating with Stade Rennes right now to the degree that United are anyway. Certainly not as advanced as United are. United are actually negotiating and you know, and making progress. So it does look good, guys. It does look good. Now, could there be an 11th hour bid, or not even an 11th hour bid, but just another bid from another club and ruin things? It could happen, yeah. But if not, then he should be a United player this summer, guys. And as we've said, a potential deal for Camavinga does not mean that Paul Pogba leaves MUFC, guys. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Just a few other things I'm going to get into here, guys, before we get onto the main chat of the video. But do us a favor, hit the like, get involved, and click the bell icon like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda the bells. That way you'll get a notification when we go live. We just hit 40k on the channel. Let's get to 50k, baby. Give it a share if you can. That'd be awesome. But let's just have a little laugh at Arsenal for a second. Ready? Everybody get a lol in there. Anyway, Manuel Locatelli, player ghosting Arsenal despite Gunners making formal offer, willing to pay it all this season. So anyway, it just looks like I mean, these are reports that are coming out. We don't really necessarily know what's going on behind closed doors. There is obviously interest from Juventus here, guys. There's interest from various clubs for Locatelli, but it does seem like like the Arsenal deal is not high up on Locatelli's list because he's ghosting them at the moment. He's left them on red. Anyway, how far with the Camavinga transfer update? Samuel Merrill. So in terms of Camavinga, the situation as it is right now, just to give you the latest, Manchester United have basically, we are in the process of negotiating with Stade Rennes for him. So just to give you the latest update, United to make Eduardo Camavinga offer in coming days. So in terms of negotiations, you know, it's just a pre-offer stage right now. So it's initially, we're just basically in talks with them at this moment in time, you know, trying to get something verbal here. And then an official offer, I guess, will be coming in a few days. So that's the latest update with Camavinga. We are in the market to sign him. This is what Manchester Evening News were reporting earlier today. They said, he's a player everyone's talking about at the moment. The latest speculation from France regarding Camavinga is that United will make an offer for his signature in the coming days. It's suggesting an opening bid will be rejected, although a compromise could be made with the 18-year-old out of contract next summer. That's where I think things are right now. There are other reports to say that United have already had a bid, already got in with a bid, but we haven't heard anything official or formal or any confirmation from any really reputable journos or anything like that just yet. So we'll give you the latest as it happens in regards to Eduardo Camavinga, guys. But at this moment in time, it just looks like we're just starting the negotiations with Stade Rennes for him, and nobody else is at the moment. That's what it looks like. But maybe there's some stuff we don't know about going on behind closed doors, of course. So that's the latest on Camavinga. This is the Fab update from 2 hours ago as well. To quote Fabrizio, he said Manchester United will try to sign Eduardo Camavinga this summer, as they know they'd face a lot of competition next year, when Camavinga could leave Rennes as a free agent. Camavinga would be open to join Manchester United. PSG are interested too. Man United are now pushing. So United are aware that he's only got a year left on his contract, and in a year's time, there'll be a queue round the bloody corner longer than a fecking COVID vaccination line to sign him from all these different clubs. People like PSG, Bayern, Dortmund, Real Madrid, all the top clubs. Of course, if he was free, crikey, they'd all want him. So it's just the fact that he costs 30 million euros right now that maybe is going to give United the advantage. We can just go in there, pay the money before anybody else is really considering it, I guess, and get him done. But what Stade Rennes are hoping for is that a few clubs are interested in him this summer and that they can get the most amount of money out of them as possible. But I think that they are in the situation where they're kind of bent over the barrel here, Stade Rennes. What are they going to do? It's like Porto all over again. He doesn't have long left on his contract. He's not a hugely valuable player anyway, so you can't ask for 50, 60 million quid. He might be in the future, but right now you can't pay 60 million pounds for just pure potential, mate. He's 18, So they can't really hold out for too much money. Plus, they're a smaller club. They're not PSG. They're a smaller club, so it's a lot harder for them to keep hold of him at Stade Rennes. He's blatantly leaving, guys. Now, whether it's to United or not remains to be seen, but certainly at this moment in time, just to give you all an update, it seems like United are in the pole position, in the driving seat, I should say, to sign him. That's the latest on Camavinga. All right then, guys, I'm going to get into the live chat now. Get your thoughts and opinions in there. Let me know your thoughts and about anything we've discussed in this video today. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting here with you guys, giving you the latest update as always. Smash the like, smash the subscribe if it's your first time here. We do United news videos every day. We'll be back tonight giving you all the latest informazione as the night goes on to bring you all the latest breaking news later on if there is anything else. Italy United says, imagine Sancho, Varane, Camavinga and 2 defenders. Boom. Yeah, what a fantastic window that would be, Italy United. It's not beyond the realms of possibility with United wanting to, appease the fans and the Glazers and the owners wanting to make it right after their European Super League debacle. Thank you, Rushy. Sent me an update here. Inter Milan are considering a loan bid from Alex Telles. Okay, that's very interesting, isn't it? Inter Milan interested in a loan move for Alex Telles. Okay, well, we'll bring you more as that if it comes. But I don't think United should loan Telles out, guys, to be fair. I know he's only just come in and he didn't play a lot this season for us. But that's just because of Luke Shaw being absolutely monumental. And maybe some of the reason for Luke Shaw being monumental is Alex Telles. The fact that he came in, the fact that he had more competition for places, that Luke Shaw was fully aware that if he's not at his perfect peak performance every week, Telles is ready to come in and step in, sir. And what did that do to Luke Shaw? Well, it lit a fire up underneath him, it seems, because he turned into just Roberto Carlos, the best left-back in the bloody world, because of it. Nice one, Italy United says, we've got 117 likes. Come on, my son. 40.2k subs as well. Brilliant, guys. Thank you, all the new subscribers to the channel. Yes, nice. Yeah, we've just hit over 40.2. I think we teetered on it last night, actually, on the FIFA stream. So that's awesome, guys. Everybody do us a big favor and smash that subscribe button if it's your first time here. We are on our way to 50k, guys. Stu MC, how's it going? He says Camavinga would be a great upgrade on that crayon muncher McTominay. However, United will never win anything. Maguire and Shaw, Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble incarnate. That's pretty funny. I like that. Camavinga would be a great upgrade on that crayon muncher. Scotty McTominay, that is harsh, mate. Aye, that's right. I do love a cheeky little deep-fried Crayola. Anyway, yes, no, that's quite interesting. I personally don't rate McTominay and Fred that highly either. I like them both as squad players. I think they're exactly the sort of players we need. for essentially our second string or our squad rotation players, not our starting first key players in the team coming up against Real Madrid in the Champions League final. No, thank you. I don't want Fred and McTominay on the pitch in that instance. Not because they're not good, committed, passionate players, because they are. They both work ridiculously hard, and they both try and wear the heart on the sleeve to a degree there. Especially McTominay, and Fred is an absolute, a workhorse out there. He puts in real shift all the time. So I've got no problem with how they work. I think they're great squad players. But do they have the ability? Do they have the true quality, true world-class ability to change a game or be consistent to the point where you could just count on them as world-class players? I don't think so. I really agree with you on that one, to be fair. I just don't think that they are. So, yes, we need to get those areas improved, personally. It's not good enough midfield. Simon Cowie says, imagine De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Varane, Shaw, Camavinga, Pogba, Sancho, Fernandes, Rashford and Cavani. Sounds good to me, Simon Cowie. It does. So do you guys think that Camavinga is ready right now then? I'm going to ask you another. I'm going to end that poll. I'm going to ask you another question real quick. I just want to know who thinks it. Because let me just ask. Crayon Muncher says, Berber, I know. How you doing there, Berber? How many transfers do you think will happen? Says It's Writing. I think 4. That's what I'm going for. Camavinga, Varane, Sancho, and Trippier. That's what I'm going for. I don't know, who knows, but that's what I'm going for. Okay, so is Camavinga ready to start? Ready for United? For United now. Okay, it's a bit of a shit question, but I'm just going to ask you because I'm interested, guys. And what I mean by that is he ready for, to come in the team and do the bits, week in, week out, to dislodge a player like Scotty McTominay, to dislodge a player like Fred from the team? Is he good enough to do that right now and be consistent? I mean, it's hard to say, guys, but I'm going to lean towards no. He's only 18. It's not many 18-year-olds can come in and boss it week in, week out for a club like Manchester United. And that's the only reason I'm saying that. It's not because I don't think he's got the potential to be one of the best in the world. It's not that I think as far as an 18-year-old goes, he's fucking quality, because I think he is. It's just that it's a big ask. It's a big ask. So, you know what, though? Great signing for the future, even if he doesn't come in necessarily have the impact right now and be that, that Kante-type player that we need. Even if he doesn't do that immediately, he can still in the future, very, very near future, be that player. And what I love about him is, as far as 18-year-olds go, he's a physical guy, mate. He's a physical guy. You can see that out there. So that's something important as well, because sometimes younger players, they struggle against the physicality of the men in the league. But he seems quite physical. I mean, look at Wayne Rooney. When Wayne Rooney was 16, 17, he had that dogged bulldog physicality. Even at a 16, 17-year-old, he was strong enough to hold off a lot of the men, and he just had that low centre of gravity, that bulldog type physicality, which is very important. You can't put a price on that as a youngster, because that stuff doesn't come until later on. Look at Mason Greenwood towards the end of this season compared to last season. He's so much more meaty. He's so much more physically strong. He can hold people off a lot better in just 1 year's development. You can see that. Okay, there's a certain level of technique and confidence and stuff that comes with that stuff too. But also being physically stronger, developing, just having more muscularity about you, these things are important. And so Camavinga at this moment in time, because he is a physical player, he's maybe able to do the business for us sooner. Yeah, Sin Game says, I'd be very happy with those transfers. Haaland next year, man. If Haaland's still available, got to go and try and get him next year. Yeah, I agree. He's better than McFred, says Kayam. Fair play to you. I like your style. Definitely trolling me, big god Bob. You sent TwitPig, add link to chat near end of stream. Okay, sorry, I missed that. Let me just see what this is about. Thank you, Sin Games. Everyone, do us a massive favour. Oh, beautiful, yes. Beautiful, thank you very much. Everybody, do us a massive favour. Oh, hang on a sec. What's that? Area Bad Gateway? Bad Gateway? You what? Okay, let me have a look at this. Bad Gateway? Hang on, it's all good. There we go. Right. Brilliant. I think it was just because I pressed the Twitter link. Let me put this in there, guys. New article. Everybody go and check this out. There's a new article, guys. Please do go and show us some love on the new website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Go and check it out, guys. United Flying High. It's a new Man United website. And it's fucking good. We've got a bunch of writers, Nathan Best, Griffo Chaz, myself. If anybody else wants to write for the site, do get in touch with me on social media. Flying Pig United is still going alongside it, but it's United Flying High .com, peeps. Okay, so I'm going to pin that to the top of the live chat. If you could go and give it a read, go and smash your like on it. There is no likes over there, it's his website, but you know what I'm saying. Go and give it a read. It's some good toilet material for you at some point. There you go. Yes, Kane versus Predator. This channel does have a Discord, my friend. If somebody could put the Discord link in there, that would be brilliant. Hey, guess who it is? It's Mr. Gungshilione. Gungshi, thank you so much. He says, getting in here late again. But much love to the pig and his band of merry hamtastic warriors, a.k.a. the Baker Brigade. Get in there, my son. That's all I wanted to say. Hashtag sausage soldiers. Hashtag gammon gang. Hashtag hamada. Hashtag hamtastic warriors. Hashtag Bacon Brigade. Thank you very much for that, Gungshi. You the man. I appreciate that one. Yes, get those Bacon Brigade emojis in there, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go. There's the link to the Discord. Travis has put it in there. Just click that link in the live chat and that should take you to our Discord. You'll be able to join and get in there, my friends. Yes, no dickheads allowed. Cheers. No worries, Kane versus Predator. Am I doing a GTA stream? I'm not too sure, actually, Mason M, yet. I might do. Got a little bit of business to attend to, though, in terms of, like, I was gonna film my studio tour, actually, after this. But I don't know. I might do a GTA stream and then do the studio tour recorded tomorrow. We'll see. What do you guys think? Anyway, back onto it. New transfer update on the website, which highlights Camavinga. Thank you very much, Rushmano. There is the link in the live chat, guys. New article. Please click that, unitedflyandhide.com. We've got a comment here from Nansabuga Halimar, who says, Edward South African. Hello there, Nansabuga. What's going on? Shout out from South Africa. Bless, he says, how about Ronaldo, mate? Look, I'd love Ronaldo, but he's over the hill and far away, mate. He's on a huge amount of money. I don't know about that, dudes. Mate, I could see it maybe on a free next summer. If he's left Juventus on a free, I could maybe see that. And if he's prepared to take a little bit less money then, which he might be because he's young, he'll be a bit older. But you know what? We don't need him, guys. We don't need him. As much as I love him, as much as I would love and have been since he left Manchester United all those years ago for Real Madrid for 80 million quid, since all those years ago, I've wanted him back at United. Of course, he was the best player in the world. And I've wanted him back every day since. And I still do. But we don't actually need him, guys. It's a huge amount of money. It's a huge investment, for a player or a position that we don't really need to improve right now. It's the other areas of the team. I'd rather see us spend, that huge amount of money on a centre midfielder or another centre back. I really honestly would. And that's not because I don't think Ronaldo's good enough anymore. I still think he's one of the best players in the world. I really do. Still think he could get you 25 goals a season in the Prem if you stuck him at number 9. I truly believe he would. He's that good. But huge resources, huge drain on resources, huge amount of money, and other areas of the team that make a lot more sense. So I don't think there's very much realism for that to happen. The only way I could see that deal happening, the only way, is if we do see a Pogba-Ronaldo swap. Then I could see it happening. Because Juventus, they can't buy Pogba right now. They don't have the money. They're paying Ronaldo 700k a week. They'd have to get rid of him first before they could contemplate signing a player on 400k a week like Paul Pogba right now. So that's not going to happen. But maybe if both parties were interested, let's just say Ronaldo is looking at a new challenge this summer and does kind of want to leave. There are understandings that he hasn't decided his future yet. And, maybe he would want to leave this summer if the opportunity presents itself. He does have a year on his contract. He is a very professional fellow, though, and he'll want to play. So, of course, he's going to stay there if nobody comes in for a bid. Paul Pogba, of course, on the other end, the contract negotiations with United may or may not be going well. We may or may not be able to get him signed up to a new contract. If we do, then of course that's going to scupper that idea. But if we don't, well, we don't want to lose Paul Pogba for free next summer. Somebody's probably not going to pay, some teams are probably not going to come in and pay huge money for Paul Pogba right now. I don't know. So maybe a swap deal makes a lot of sense, guys. That's the only way I could see it happening. Hey, we're nearly at 150 likes. Do us a big favour. Twat that thumbs up button if you have not done so. Get in there. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes. So get in the live chat. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Hey there, Siddharth Rishi. Yes, my friend. Yes, can you please give me a follow on either Instagram at Flying Pig United or Twitter at Flying Pig United. He says, how can I write for the site? I'm a journalist from India. I've written on sports and arts and culture. I'd be interested to contribute to the page. Thank you so much, Siddharth. Yes, Siddharth Rishi, please get in contact with me. Flying Pig United on Twitter. Or Flying Pig United on Instagram is probably the best ways, mate. Thank you very much, dude. Nice one. Amir Shah says, Hey, don't delete people's comments like that. Don't delete people's comments like that. That's just an opinion. Even if he disagrees with somebody, let him have his say there, guys. Don't delete anybody's comments that aren't abusive, please. Yes, anyway, Sin Games. Dan Sabuga Halami says, is Edward South Africa? How many players Manchester United signed for this 2021? Because much as I know you don't have a prayer. How many are we going to sign, Dan Sabuga? I'll tell you what, I think 3 or 4 this summer window. We've already signed in Sancho, which is a big one. Varane seems to be possible. You know, terms are agreed supposedly by the various reports. And he's only got a year left on his contract. We could see Camavinga come in as well. That could be realistic also. He's only got a year left on his contract as Stad Rennes. I think those 3. I think 3 signings at least, but hopefully 4. I think 3 signings at least. Hey, Alan Smith, mate, get in there. Alan Smith, what a underrated player at United, to be fair, Alan Smith, mate. He was a good player. Not upper echelon, but he was a good player coming from Leeds, didn't he? One of those Leeds players that came in, such as Le King Cantona. Anyway, Alan Smith, mate, thank you for the £1 super chat. I appreciate it, mate. Get in there. Nice one. No comment to go with it, just a £1 super chat. But thank you, Alan. Alan Smith. You really hope Pogba stays as Kane versus Predator? Nice one, Aaron. I'm a person, says Random Ass Comment. Hello to you, Random Ass Comment. Yes, I figured that one out. Well, actually, it could have been a bot. Nice one, Aaron. Yes, exactly. I think all caps comments should be deleted. They're so irritating, says Kayam. Maybe. No, I don't think so. Joshy Prince says, hi, Pigo. I fear for the worst of the Varane news. He and his agents might be using United to get far better terms at Real. Hopefully, United have got a better backup for plans for centre-back. Much love from Qatar. Thank you, Joshy. Yeah, I mean, in terms of backups, Pau Torres would be quite high on the list. There's a few other players that we've been linked with. There's loads, in fact, as centre-back, isn't there? You know, Jules Koundé, Koulibaly, Ben White. There's loads of gash options, but not gash options. There's loads of good options, but we've been linked to lots of players. So if Raphael Varane doesn't materialise, then we can go and get somebody else, but it's just not going to be as good as Raphael Varane. Thank you, Fusion Plays. I appreciate that, my friend. You the man. What's up, Owen Worthy? How's it going? But no, I don't actually mind. The caps lock messages don't really bother me that much because they have the opposite effect on me. When I see somebody, I see it as shouting in the live chat, basically. So I just don't read them out as much. Try not to spam, says Aaron Homeyard. Absolutely, The Sopranos. Try not to spam there, dude. He says, what about Messi to United? Nah, dude. Not going to happen, mate. No chance. Oh, brilliant, Rushmano. He says, breaking news, fans back in grounds. Let's have a look at this then. Thank you, Rushmano. Let's take a look at this. Dudes, shared a tweet. Breaking, Prime Minister Boris Johnson says sports, stadiums and events are set to have no capacity cap from July 19th as restrictions ease. Wow. Get in there, my son. Guys, fans are back at stadiums full capacity, guys. Old Trafford rocking next season, peeps. Come on, get in there, my son, in the live chat. That's awesome. Breaking, Prime Minister Boris Johnson says sports stadiums and events are set to have a no capacity cap from July the 19th as restrictions ease. Come on, my son, things are getting back to normal. Let's go. Slowly but surely. Anyway, this is just a step, but yeah. Come on, Fusion Plays. 5 at the back with Varane or not, Maestro? Sometimes I think it would be a good idea, yeah. Sometimes, like in the big games away, Assad Khalid, you know, sometimes like Man City away, you know, like how Solskjaer did that a bunch over the last couple of seasons coming up against Pep or whatever, or going away to PSG. You just stick the 3 at the back, play a different system. Sometimes you have to do that. I could see it happening sometimes. He seems to just switch between 4-2-3-1, 3 at the back, 5-3-2 or 3-5-2, whatever you want to call it, or a 5-2-1-2, whatever you want to call it, and essentially a 4-3-3 or a diamond 4-3-3, if you know what I mean. Anyway, not really a 4-3-3 actually, a diamond. Anyway, Gunshi says, "Get in there, my son. Get in there, my son. Yes, get in there, guys. This is big news. Get in there, United. Absolutely, Rushmano. Come on, get in there," says Eddie. Love the patter, very fresh, mate. Thank you very much, Paul Gates. You the man, mate. Appreciate that. That's very kind. Get in there, Aaron Homeyard. Thank you, guys. Come on, Manchester United, says Eddie United. Proper atmosphere returns to stadium, says Eddie O2. Love it. Kane says, Pig, I know you're doing videos a lot, but have you been to Old Trafford for any games? Oh, absolutely, Kane versus Predator. Yeah. I mean, I started doing these videos in 2013, which is actually the last time I went to see United play, 2013. And 2011, before that, I used to go every couple of years. I haven't gone for a while. I need to remedy that soon. This season, I'm going to get up there again, mate. I'm not going to lie. I live quite far away. I live down in Dorset. It's like a 12-hour trip. That's no excuse. A lot of people, travel from all over the place, but financially, it wasn't that great of a position in the last few years, really, to be able to do it. Things are looking up, though. So, I'm going to start going to some games. You're going to see lots of stuff on the channel coming, guys. There's going to be, this season, I'm going to do some match day vlogs. It's going to happen. We're going to have interviews outside the stadium, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to get bang on it this year, guys. This channel is going to get to, well, I'm not going to say, but it's going to get bigger, I think, over the next year or two. Let's be having you. Hey there, Rufus the Red. How's it going as well? Says, yo, what's going on there, Rufus? Good to see you, man. How's it going? The Real Clammy in here as well. How are you today? He says, this could be the best window ever if all of this shit is true. Listen, mate, if this shit's true, then, yeah, it's party time, dude. If we get Sancho, a lot of people were doubting that. Well, it was announced by the club, £73 million deal. Get in there. Huge signing. What a great signing. Varane, personal terms supposedly agreed right now. Manchester United currently negotiating with Real Madrid to sign him. Big news, guys. Camavinga at Stade Rennes. United trying to sign him right now. We are making movements, and the clubs seem to be having a bit of ambition this summer to try and actually get the team to perform next season. They don't usually do it, do they? They just start the season in a poor position and try and scratch around towards the end of the transfer window for some cheap bargain bin deals. Well, it's not happening this year. This year, they're actually going for it, and it's great to see. Messi is, well, so far anyway. Messi is free. He only earns 2.8 million a week at Barca. Hamed Malik, oh my goodness me. Messi would be a dream, wouldn't he? But it's just not going to happen, mate. How much money does that guy want? Dude, I've been to Old Trafford, I think 7 times since 2012. Oh, fair play to you, Kane versus Predator. That's good stuff. Eddie Otis says, nice one, Pigo. Let us know if we can call in too. Fan cams are awesome interaction, mate. Yes, absolutely, yeah. Going to be bringing along some stuff like that, call-ins, fan cams, that sort of stuff. We're going to be trying doing all sorts of new content on the channel this year anyway. City are sweating if all this news is true, says Sin Games. Yeah, I suppose. Are they, though? Are Man City really sweating right now? I mean, they won the league. They got the best team in the league, or arguably the best team in the league. They could just sign whoever they want. It seems like this summer they're going to be the team that signs the 2 biggest transfers of the window, in my opinion. Maybe the Sancho deal is an argument for that one, but Grealish over at Villa, it looks like they're going to sign him, or they could sign him. Maybe that won't happen, but that looks like they are going to. They did just got unlimited money at City. That's what's a joke about it. Sheikh Mansour is their owner, multi-billionaire. And they just buy whoever the fuck they want and completely ignore financial fair play. That's all they do. So they could just buy whoever they want. They put 100 million bid in for Harry Kane this summer already, which Spurs rejected. 100 million, just like that. Yeah, we'll give you 100 million for Slabby Kane, even though he's an injury-prone melt. He is good enough. Don't get me wrong, he's a quality player, but he is. It's a lot of money to pay for Harry Kane, and that's just the beginning. They were going to include some players in it and stuff. Look, guys, Man City will sign some players this summer. They're not going to be left behind. And they can't even be left behind because they're the ones in front. They can't be left behind, so they're the ones in front. They won the league by 14 points. And they're the ones who are going to be probably spending the most money in this transfer window as well. So, although I think that, yeah, this is a good move for United, and I think the other teams around us should take notice that we are trying to make some strides this summer to be a better team next season. At the same time, man, we need to be worried about them. You know what I mean? We need to be worried about them, to be perfectly honest, because they could be a much better team than they were even last season if they signed Kane and Grealish. So, holy shit, don't want that to happen. But great point, though. Great point. Fabrizio Romano said that they won't sign Grealish and Kane. I mean, when did he say that, Rupert Meadow? I mean, he literally, they've made, oh, both of them, you mean, right? Okay, yes. See, this is so I see what you're saying, yeah, because they literally are negotiating with them, as things stand. But both of them, yes, might be a little bit unlikely if you think about it, because you're talking about close to £200 million there. But then, this is City we're talking about. They've just lost Sergio Aguero, their greatest striker of all time. He left this summer. He was on huge money, so they've got some resources available there that Sergio was on. They're also understood to be looking at selling 1 or 2 players. So I think they could sign them both. That's just my personal hunch. I think they could sign them both. If they wanted to, they could just sell a couple of their players that, let's face it, City have got a lot of squad players on huge money that don't even play that much. You know what I mean? They've got a lot of squad players on huge money. They've basically got 2 first team teams, 2 world-class first teams in their squad. That's the depth that they have. They could easily sell a few of those players and sign Grealish and Kane and not even really touch the first team at all, because they've got players on huge money who are worth a lot of money in their backups. Anyway. Yeah, no, Kane I agree, Kane. He says Grealish and Kane to City is fucking crazy, but they can sign them. Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's like if United say, if somebody had said to you at the start of this window this summer, will United sign Sancho, Varane, Camavinga, Trippier, all these players, you'd probably have said no, we're not going to do that because the previous few seasons. But we are. It seems like that we are trying to do that, and I think that City, so far, we understood they are interested in Grealish, and they are already negotiating with Spurs for Harry Kane. Huge players. We got 150 likes on the stream, everybody. Thank you, everyone who's hit the thumbs up. Do us a big favour if you have not done so, actually. Hit that like. Let's see if we can get 169 on it, dudes. City have shown their true colours. Just get rid of the club legend like it was nothing. Other players must look at that before signing for them. Good shout. Good shout. Although, aren't they giving him a fucking statue and stuff? But yeah, he was still good enough to do the job at City. I don't really understand why they want him to go. Sorry guys, I just got a frog in my throat there. What's going on? Excuse me. Oh, just to confirm, anyone impersonating mods will be hidden immediately. Absolutely, absolutely, Rushminer. Hey, Rushy, sorry I missed your super chat, bro. Thank you very much. He sent me a £5 super chat. He says, can we really give top wages to 3 top goalkeepers, not including Grant? One must go, in my opinion. Very good point. No, we can't really. It doesn't make any sense to pay David De Gea upwards of £300,000 a week to not play a number one, which I think he is going to play at number one because he's the player in our team on the most money. But then we've also got Dean Henderson on £160,000 a week, who's good enough to be a number one for most teams too. One of them's got to go, in my opinion. It doesn't really make much sense. I don't know if it's going to be a loan situation for Hendo again. He was loaned out previously for a couple of seasons. Maybe he'd be happy with that, knowing that the future could possibly be bright for him at United once David De Gea has left, because David De Gea is obviously a lot older, but he's still the best in my opinion. Okay, guys, who's the best goalkeeper at United, De Gea or Henderson? Robin Courtman says, I used to work at Harrods Menswear. It's amazing how much money some people from the Middle East have. One guy from Saudi Arabia spent 180k one day in clothes for fun. Holy crap, Robin Courtman. I hope he gave you a good tip, bro. You know what I mean? It must have been pretty sweet working at Harrods, being one of those personal shopper dudes sometimes when some Billy Big Baller walks in. You know what I mean? That must be beautiful. Here's a $500 tip. What, mate? Anyway, yes, that's me, Sports Further. Shazan Ahmed, you the man, that's me. Eamon Barrett says, we can only worry about ourselves. I don't care who the others sign. You made another account, says Shazan. Oh, shit, it was him. Guys, steady on, guys. Don't, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Steady on, guys. Rupert Meadow says, read last comment. You know what? I don't do that anymore, Rupert Meadow. You know what? I don't do that anymore. Actually, I'll read it. No, but yesterday there was so many people saying, read last comment. I was scrolling up fucking loads. It's a nightmare. But I'll read this one, Rupert Meadow. He says, I'm worried about Chelsea and Man City because Chelsea are looking at Haaland. And it looks like they're definitely getting a top striker, and City are probably going to sign Kane. Yeah, and there's this link to Grealish as well, guys. Do you think Grealish is going to stay at Villa another year? I mean, he might. He loves Villa, it seems, but I don't think he will. I think he's going. I think he's going this summer. United should go in for him, but we won't. Anyway, Nicky Kilios, hello, he says De Gea all day. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. De Gea, I feel, is in decline, says View from Lookout. Maybe, but he's still only 32 or 33. In my opinion, he's still got many years as a top goalkeeper. Maybe mentally something's gone, though. That's a fair point. That happens sometimes with goalkeepers. Big God Bob, I am JP. I thought you were, to be honest. Big God Bob, how's it going? Kane versus Predator, Pogba versus Pogba for Ronaldo with some money, and Camavinga plus Varane, Sancho. Great transfer window, Tuchar. Yes, great transfer window. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, I would play Grealish. Yeah, Diogo Santos, I love Grealish. I think Grealish is a great player. I'll play him for England right now. And I'd sign him at United if we could. The big guy says, De Gea all day, he's in his prime. Heaton can spit his dummy. Heaton's not getting in the team. He's just a backup, guys. Heaton's not getting in the team. Simon Cowie says, Pig Man City will end up like Real Madrid and Barcelona in the future in massive debt. They will collapse when Guardiola leaves. I hope you're right. This is the thing. If their owner wants to sell up as well and sell them to another business owner who's not as ambitious, they could also be pretty screwed. It might not be a long-term thing with their ownership at the club. That's what we hope. I think Kane will stay and Grealish will go to City, says Rupert Meadow. Maybe. Villa looking like a reasonably good team, helping to weaken Arsenal to sign Smith Rowe, says View from Lookout. Wow, okay. Yeah, you what? Kane versus Predator. I'm not 100% sure if Grealish wants a City move. He clearly wants United last summer. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think out of the two, on paper, he probably would prefer United. But if United are not coming to knock on the door for him, he's not going to answer the call that isn't there. That's the problem, whereas City seem to be actually pursuing him. Spurs said they'd do everything they can to keep Kane. I can imagine. I mean, he's their best player by a mile. But he's literally said a year ago that if they can't win anything, he's going to have to move on. They didn't win anything this year. He has never won anything in his career at Spurs. It's actually a disgrace. Harry Kane's one of the best players in the world right now in terms of his goal-scoring forward, because look at his stats in the Premier League over the last 5-6 years. He is one of the best in the world. And yet he hasn't won a damn trophy. That is piss poor, mate. For his own good, he's got to move. For his own good, he's got to move, guys. He can't stick at Spurs there, just festering away like a turd. He can't be a festering turd at Spurs and then end like Steven Gerrard at the end of his career with no Premier League trophy. And you know what? Gerrard at least won the Champions League with Liverpool. He never won that Premier League medal, though. And that probably haunts him. Kane can't be that man. I'm just saying, Kane, if I was Kane, you've got to just leave Spurs right now. Spurs are a shit show. Leave them right now. Red Times says we should get both Camavinga and Doku from Rennes. Oh, nice one, Red Times. I like your style. A little bit of a cheeky little recommendation. Beautiful. Hey there, Rahul Ramchandran. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you very much for getting in with a super chat. 100 rupees, sir. Thank you very much. He says, what do you think of Chelsea joining the race for Camavinga? They have opened talks with his agents. Is this true? Well, I mean, there's lots of reports that are saying pretty much there's a bunch of clubs that are interested in signing this guy, but in terms of actual advanced talks, Manchester United are definitely leading the race at this moment in time. But as we've discussed, Rennes are floating them around to loads of different clubs in the hope that they can get a bidding war going between two or three or even more clubs to try and push his price massively up. He's got 1 year left on his contract. They can lose him for free in a year's time. They can realistically ask for what, 30 million at the moment? But if there's a few clubs that are interested in signing him, then they can push that price up. So you're going to see a lot of paper talk, I think. You're going to see a lot of PR machine stuff coming out here. Like you've just said, Chelsea interested. I mean, it might be true, but it also just might be absolute BS put out there by the PR machine of Stade Rennes or whoever to try and, get United to put in a better offer. These things happen all the time, There's so much stuff goes behind the scenes. But if I was Bayern, Chelsea, City, PSG, Juventus, any of these top European teams, Camavinga definitely be on my list. So I think United have some competition this summer. Still think we're probably more likely to get the deal done, though, right now, because I think we can offer him more than a lot what the other clubs can. I think we can probably offer him more game time. I think we probably need him more than other teams need him right now, even though he's only 18. Varane update. We have a Varane update here, lads and lasses. Thank you very much for the Varane update here, Rushmano. Let's give you the latest on Rafael Varane. I love that about the breaking news about the stadiums, though, that fans are going to be back in stadiums from the new start of the new season. That's awesome, mate. Old Trafford can be rocking again. Manchester United, so this is, reported by Marsa. Fair enough. Says Manchester United have offered 50 million for Varane. Okay, so that's the latest report from Marsa, guys, today. Marsa is a publication in Spain, and, they've got some things right before. But anyway, they've offered, this is what they're reporting, Manchester United have offered 50 million euros for Varane. There you go, that's awesome. That's a good update from Marsa, to be fair. Let's hope that it's true. 50 million euros for Varane, guys, get in. Okay then, guys, I'm pretty much going to wrap this video up here. Oh, crikey, we've been on here a long time, actually. Yeah, do us a favour, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe for all the latest United news. We will be back on maybe later on tonight with all the latest breaking news of what's going on in the transfer window, so do keep a lookout. Also, click that subscribe button if it's your first time on the channel. We're on here every day. And also click the bell icon so you get a notification when we post. Smash that like. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also the website, flyingpigunited.com, and the new website, unitedflyinghigh.com. It's pinned to the top of the live chat. Give that a little click, guys. If anybody wants to contribute to that website in the way of being an author or a writer for the site, do get involved with me on social media. I'd love to hear from you. That's going to be the end of the stream, guys. There's all the latest news. We'll be back on later. There's lots of stuff coming out, guys, in this window. It's going to be a busy affair. United seem to be doing some bits and making some movements in this window. Well, hopefully it's going to be a good window for us. Time will tell. We'll bring you all the latest as it happens, though. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. That's going to be the end of the stream. Come back after this is finished and keep the debate going. Keep the conversation going afterwards in the non-live comments. Come back after and comment with your thoughts about anything we've discussed in this video. Camavinga, Varane, anything. Let us know and we will keep the debate going afterwards. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Rupert Meadow, Rush Mano, Sports Further, Nicky Kyrgios, Kane vs Predator, Simon Cowie, Bell, and all you other legends out there. Much love. Thank you so much to all the moderators. Let's get those Bacon Brigade emojis in there to end on, and I shall see you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. Keep a lookout. Probably be on about 9 p.m.-ish. With an evening show. So keep a lookout and I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys. And come on, United.